Hello and welcome. This is Mike, back in the mining hub at the minute. I've come over to grab some materials for a couple of tasks I want to do this morning. Firstly, what we're going to need to do is, or what I want to do, is some of that track layout over in the jungle interchange, or savannah interchange, sorry, where we built some track and done some work over there. I want to rearrange the track a little bit. It's only a short job, actually. We'll pop over there in a minute and I'll show you. But it's the idea of it is to give us a slightly shorter and easier route back to main base. Because that leads on to the second task, to go and check out those villagers that I invited into my main base, which went well, but there's some stories there, and there's some comedy as well involved in some of that, but we'll get over there. But on the way, like I say, I just want to rearrange that track a little, but you'll see what I mean when we get there. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump in a minecart here, head down to that interchange that we built a few videos back, or some videos back, and then we'll jump into creative so I can give you an aerial view of what my plan is, what I need to do on this video. Like I say, it's really a short amount of work to do, but it will make a big difference. It'll basically allow us to travel from here, for example, which is one of my main areas at the moment, at least. It'll enable us to travel down to the interchange, and then jump in another minecart and go straight down to main base. Because as it is at the minute, we would need to go down here to the interchange, and then jump on another cart and go to the fishing lake, then on to main base. But you will see exactly what I mean when we get there. But yeah, so we'll do that. We'll shoot down to the interchange, and like I say, then we'll get some aerial views so I can show you easier what I'm talking about. Because it does all get a little bit complicated with all these tracks everywhere, but they are a godsend at the end of the day. But yeah, I'll probably speed up this little bit, so I'll shut up for a minute, and I will rejoin when we get back over there, over to the interchange, that is. It's only a few minutes, but yeah, I will fast forward that a little bit. See you in a moment. Right, here we are at the interchange. Let's jump out. Right, so yeah, one thing I did mean to mention as well, going forward from the previous video onwards, I'm starting to put chapters on the videos just to make it easier for people to jump around to the bits that they want to see, if they don't want to sit through the whole thing. But yeah, like I said, I added chapters to the previous video, and I will do the same for this one. Excuse me. Yeah, so what we will jump into creative, just so I can give you an overview of this little area and what I want to modify today. Where are we? There we go. Right. I did mention this in a previous video, briefly, but I've had some time to think about it. Like, you know, that route goes back down to the mining hub where we just come from. That one over to the turtle sanctuary, which we still need to do a little bit of work to. And this one takes us on down to the fishing lake. So really what I'm doing today with this track, because this one, well, at the moment, both of these two go into my Savannah base, my Savannah outpost and mine. But I want to change this one, and it's a really simple task, as you will see in a moment, just to link up with an existing track just across the way that goes straight down to main base, because I don't need two going into that base. So I will repurpose this one, connect it up over there, and that'll just take us straight into main base, and that will bypass this part and the part going from the fishing lake onto main base. So I'm trying not to get too technical and involved here, but that's the basics of it. So yeah, this track is really kind of redundant now. So we've got this one, the main one, going into the Savannah base, which turns off here and just ends up in our little compound we built. But the track I'm talking about is this one. This was one of my original ones that brings me up into my Savannah base, which I don't really need anymore. So my plan is to, at this point, just bring this across and connect up here, so we can just come straight down and straight down to main base, because we can already get here through the interchange, and I don't come here as often as the other places, so it'll be a nice little shortcut. So that's all I need to do. Like you can see, most of the track's already there. I just need to do this little bit, connect up, and then we're done. We can go straight down to main base, which is what we will do once we've done this little bit, and we can check out them villagers, and I can tell you about those. Right, so what we will do, we will jump back into survival. And get straight on with it. Actually, no, we won't. We will sleep first, because it's night time. It can get a little bit dangerous around here with mobs at night. Right. Yeah, so as you've seen now, that's going to be super quick just to change that track over. At some point, obviously doing what I'm doing is going to make this part redundant. So at some point I will probably just dig this up and put it back to grass, and the same with this bit that just goes out to that part that we're going to extend out, unless I can repurpose any of those as well. Because the funny thing is, I've mentioned it before, there's another one of my original footpaths I made. So there is the possibility of where we bring this one down and divert that way, we can always divert this one and have another track going somewhere else, but I can't remember where that goes, so that's something for another day. But for the time being, let's get straight on with it. Because I've been doing a lot of travelling about lately in here, especially now I've got villagers in my main base, and it's become a lot more interesting, to be honest, and a lot more lived in, which is fantastic. having the ability to jump around to my different areas is even more important than it was. So it's all going to work out for the good. Right. And another thing, while we work, I did want to mention, I've been experimenting with, I mean, you've probably noticed, with different intros and things like that, and I'm trying to figure out the best way of getting some kind of intro into the videos. I don't want to overdo it, but I also don't want to underplay anything. So if you have any thoughts on intros and things like that, I know not everyone likes intros, and that's totally fair. But the original purpose of it really was just to showcase a little bit of some of the stuff we've been doing on occasions. Tell you what we'll do. Just to tidy things up, I'm going to keep that like that. Right, we're going to need... Yeah, so you've probably noticed some of the intro stuff has been changing here and there. I've been moving it about and just experimenting really. So, like I say, please bear with me while I get that correct. And any input on that in the comments would be super useful. Trying to please everybody really. I don't want to do stuff that's not going to make people happy. So yeah, and any comments if you have any. But I will still continue on experimenting with different things and whatnot as I improve my skills. I'm certainly no expert at all this, but I'm trying. Right, let's right. I can leave that as is. Yeah, like I mentioned, this little bit of track here, going to our recently developed compound, if you like, can probably go at some point. I won't worry about it now. But that section, I think that still has use. I can divert that up that way. Maybe I'll at a later date go and check what's up there again. I can't quite remember where that leaded. Just tidy this up a little bit. I'm going to run out of blocks, aren't I? Yep. Let's go and grab some quick. But no, like I said, that was just a short little thing, and that's pretty much done now, really. That's given us that shortcut, so we can get from the mining hub to main base a fair bit quicker now, to be honest, which is really good. Have I got any more dirt? Must have. No more dirt. What's that? Wall. Finding myself short of dirt is not something that happens often. Let's just check this chest. Oh, here we go. That'll do. Yeah, that's the entrance to the mine over here in the Savannah outpost. But yeah, once we've done this, we're nearly done now. We will then shoot down to main base using this new shortcut, and we'll take a quick look at those villagers and have a chat about them and some of the issues they've caused me amongst the good stuff. Right. I think that's all we need for the moment. Yeah, I hope everyone's well, and looking forward to the update we're going to be getting imminently for RealmCraft VR. It's going to be very exciting. Yeah, what I'll do, we'll just get through this little bit, and then I'll fast forward the bit down to main base. It's not super far, but I'll just speed that a little bit up so we can get down there and go and see our new villagers. So I will see you shortly. Okay, here we are coming into main base. There's a tower up the top there. Just over here is where we want to be. Right. So let's see how these are getting on. Yeah, a little bit of explaining about these villagers. If anything, it went a little bit too well in that I ended up with something like, to the best of my counting skills, because these often run all over the place, so it's difficult to keep track of how many there are. But it would appear that we had something like 60 villagers move in, which was great, but it did get a little bit too crazy, to be quite honest. I mean, there was like 10, 15 of them gathering around beds and things like that to sleep, and it got a bit much. So I did have to crop them down a little bit by removing some beds. In fact, let's have a look, as it's night time now. I took out that little bit of sleeping area for myself. I didn't like that there. But yeah, as you saw previously, I did put a lot more beds here and up there, but I've taken all those down, and I've just put this back to the 2, because that does have the effect of cutting down on the amount of villagers, because there's not enough beds for them. So not quite sure how many we're down to at the minute. Villagers, that is. Tell you what, let's sleep quick. But yeah, 60 was too much, so I made efforts to cut that down. And... oh, hello. Yeah, I mean, I estimate that we've probably got some close to 20-ish, I think. I did have an issue with some of them. What I found, I took my eye off the ball, and one of them come in, opened these doors, and all my parrots escaped. That was another reason why I thought I need to take control of this somehow. Yeah, so I lost a lot of parrots. I did manage to catch quite a few, because they do hang around for a bit. But, yeah, it did originally take me quite some time to get all those parrots in there. So I wasn't best pleased. So what I've done for the minute, I've just put this block here to stop them getting in. They can open this door, but they can't get in. Well, I hope they can't. I've not seen them get in since. But yeah, they'd gone in, left the doors open, and my parrots had escaped. Bless them. And another thing I did, so there's quite a few around here, a couple of unemployed, and I can't remember if I had done the fencing round the top in the previous video now, just to stop them jumping out and not being able to get back in, or to minimise that risk anyway. And to stop them getting in with the chickens, because once they get in there, they couldn't get out either. So I've rectified that. Oh, hello. I also put a few stalls out. I was experimenting with like a market type thing, so I put a few stalls out and workstations for some of them to occupy, which they have done. They seem to enjoy themselves. And of course we can use these as well, which is handy. Yeah, I took the beds out of here. I was finding they were getting up there, but they wouldn't come down. So I put trapdoors just in there. And one in there as well. Just to stop them getting up there and getting stuck, basically. Because I did at one point have about 6 or 7 up there. And they couldn't get anywhere. But yeah, this is much more manageable. It's quite nice just to chill around here and watch them go about their business. I know they're quite random and whatnot at this point. But no, it's definitely livens the place up. Yeah, so other than that, it's going quite well. I do want to have other plans for these. Try and figure out something else to do with them. I'll probably hold off a little bit to see what some of the stuff in this new update does. If that has any bearing on anything, which it will do, to a point. Oh yeah, and I also did build this. If you remember, I had these copper blocks over there that had never weathered until recently for some strange reason. But I just moved this here temporarily. It's somewhere where I can go in, stand safely, and just watch these go about their business. I do want to improve this and make something a little bit more long term for that purpose, because I do enjoy sitting there, especially if I'm doing something in the background at the same time, but I want them to get on with what they're doing, so I can do this and just jump back to my dashboard desktop if I need to do anything else or whatever momentarily without fear of getting attacked. And they can't get in and out because it's button controlled. But yeah, it's all going well. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I've missed that I need to update you on. But that, like we've just done, that track's done, which is really handy because it makes it easy to get, or easier to get from here to the mining hub without having to travel round. We can just basically go straight now, pretty much, relatively. Fighting over the blast furnace. Come on, guys. That's it. But yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of life going on here now. We've got the kids running around. But, like I mentioned earlier, when it got up to around about 60 plus villagers, it did get too much. It was crazy. And I'm not going to lie, it did affect frame rate a little bit as well. Not much. Perfectly fine still, but I could see the frame rate drop slightly. With 60 villagers going about being mischievous. But no, it's all good fun. Thoroughly recommend these villagers, and they're only going to get better once we get trading as well. But yeah, we will see. Okay, I think what I'll do, I think I'll leave the video here. Like I say, I just wanted to do those couple of little tasks. Wanted to do that track and also update you with these villagers and their little bits of mischievous behaviour. Luckily, no one's opened that door yet, so I don't know if they're checking that door out, thinking about it, but no, I did get, like I say, I did get most of the parrots back. I think they left me with about, I don't know, there was about 4 in there, I think. But I did go around and catch what I could, which was a bit of a nuisance, but that was my fault. I will need to figure out what to do about that door, though. I can't have that block in front of it for too long, obviously. But we'll figure that out another time. But yeah, that's about it. Any questions, comments, put them down below. Any ideas? Like I say, if you've got any comments also about intros and things like that, would be interesting to hear if you've got any. And look out for the chapters, which I hope is going to make it a little bit easier for some that like to jump about the videos, especially the longer ones. But anyway, apart from that, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. Take care, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye-bye for now.